Let's take a look at what MetroLuthernMinistries is doing just down the street with their gardens, and they are doing so much. Being poor is not for sissies. You know, they know how to find the best bargain. They know how to get the most out of every single meal, and they have taught us a lot as well as we go through this. We were established in 1971, so we have a long history in this area. We are now in a firehouse, so a lot of history there. So this particular garden, it is not what we typically think of as a community garden. All the produce from this garden, it gets harvested and it goes into our pantry at Metro Lutheran. We have volunteers come and they plant it, they harvest it, and then they take it by the bushel into our pantry. We were trying to figure out what to plant, and it dawned on us, well, why don't we ask our clients what they want to eat instead of us dictating what they should eat? I think that the temptation for those of us who grow produce for pantries is that we want to grow what we think they should eat. So we came up with a survey with 12 different vegetables that we were willing to plant. We asked them to select the top 6 and rank them that they wanted, and then we planted the top 3. And it turns out they were all greens. It was mustard greens, turnip greens, and collard. When you plant greens, they are so low maintenance. The insects don't bother them, the rabbits don't bother them. So it was this amazing win-win situation where we were growing what they wanted to eat. It happened to produce the most food of any vegetable we had tried, and it was the easiest on us with labor to grow. We'll take in a bushel and it's gone within minutes. Last year, planting those 3, mustard, turnip, and collard, off of these 12 beds, we harvested 75 bushels of greens between the spring crop and the fall crop. That's phenomenal. But everything from here goes into our pantry. It's just volunteers that harvest and plant it. Whereas our community garden up by Truce Lake, we have 24 garden beds up there. People from the community have a bed. They've reserved it for them. They provide all the labor. They plant it and weed it and water it, and then they take the harvest for themselves. Although a lot of them do share with each other. We try to provide some seeds. We have equipment up there for them. We have free water for them. We want this to be a positive experience for them, where they do not have to invest a lot of money to get nutritious food. So the orchard was planted in 2013. In 2014, the Giving Grove division of Kansas City Community Garden, they got involved. They had done a lot of research into the types, the varieties of trees that would do best in this area of the country. We replaced 40 trees with trees that they recommended. Asian pear and some varieties of apple that will do really well down here. The first 2 years, you're really just wanting all the energy to go into the roots to develop that good root system. You don't want the energy going into fruit development. So this year, first year, we're going to produce fruit. We did thin it quite a bit. Maybe a tree started out with 100 little pieces of fruit, and we probably thinned it down to about 50. These are semi-dwarf trees. They're still small little trees with thin little branches, and we don't want that heavy fruit to break those branches. Our desire is that all of that fruit goes into that community, the Boston Heights Mount Hope community. In fact, we're going to have our first harvest celebration mid-July. We have 20 blackberry bushes up there, so we are going to have a celebration and harvest blackberries, and peaches will be ready at that same time too. We're going to have an ice cream social and, and invite the community in and try to foster those relationships between neighbor and neighbor, putting all that fruit back out into that community.